Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our F124 Driver Career Mode with Enzo Fittipaldi. Last week's episode was a heartbreaker. We did lose an engine component. As you can see, we have worn components. The component we lost, unfortunately, was our energy store, which we only have 2 of for the year. So that pretty much guarantees we're going to have to take a grid penalty sooner rather than later. So if we do have a poor qualifying performance, I'm probably going to go ahead and take a grid penalty for components. Hopefully we don't have any poor qualifying performances, but that is the plan. We did actually receive 320 extra resource points. I only have 271, so I'm not sure. Maybe we split it between us and Gasly. Not 100% sure on that one. Let's go ahead and
okay, all
sim
the new
those
parts have been
upgrades.
fabricated, and we're going to have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Sim to the next week of next weekly resources, and let's go ahead and add some upgrades to our car. So we can do the ignition system for 730, and that would be a pretty big upgrade actually, but we don't have enough. I think I'm gonna wait until after practice and we'll go ahead and add the ignition system upgrade. Little update on the points here. Gasly did not score points last week, but he's still 2 points ahead of us from the first week. We're now 4th in the constructors. We did drop down 2 positions, but I mean 4th is still crazy good. That's honestly going to be hard to maintain, being ahead of Mercedes and Aston, but we'll do our best. You know, we're going to fight for it. If we bring rapid upgrades, potentially we might be able to fight for a 5th or 6th spot in the constructors.
Albert Park welcomes you. Let's get this show on the road then. It's practice here in Australia.
Here we are starting our fuel saving practice program. Look to put together our first purple score of the weekend here. Oh, as we go very wide into turn 1. Half a second down in the delta. Definitely going to have to probably give it another go.
Okay,
We come across the line with the
and that was a
purple
really
score, our
good
first
job
of the
indeed.
weekend.
We got a lot of
Got it
valuable
very,
information
very
out of
close
that. Well
though.
done.
Alright, here we are in the race strategy practice program. Like usual, we're going to use no ERS, no DRS, get the most accurate race representation we can as we get a little bit of oversteer coming out of that final corner. Not too much grip here on the hard tire. Thank you, Piastri, for letting me by. Wow, we invalidate the first lap. Just a little too much right there. Our pace is real good though. So we should have no problem hitting the target time. We just got to make sure we keep it within the limits. Here we are, coming to the final corner. Little snap oversteer because we got on the power too soon. We are going to get our second purple score of the weekend. Almost a second up on the delta. Our pace does look very strong. I am going to do this last lap just to get maximum info for the race strategy. Final lap. 4 good laps in a row. 1
Program complete.
lap we
And a job
invalidated,
well
but
done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
like he said, a lot of good data. Let's go back to the garage and look at the numbers. Tire wear was a little bit better than expected. Pace was well below expected. This will be the true test for this weekend's performance. First run on the soft tires should feel a lot more grip than the hards or the mediums. Oh, and we invalidate. Let's bring her in and do one more practice quality run real quick. As I said before, this will be the true test of this weekend's pace. Don't want to invalidate in that first corner like we did last time. Nice, already 2/10 up on the Delta. Let's send it into this corner. Still 3.5 tenths up. Oh, I touched the grass right there. I felt a little lost in the grip. Almost 6/10 up on the Delta. We are flying. Alright, first test of the weekend on pace. Oh, I accidentally hit the ERS button right there, but it looks good.
Test
Second up.
complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
A 118.2. That was beautiful. Well, there you have it for FP1. Was a great practice session for us. We had 3 purple scores, and we showed really good pace in our quali and race practice programs. Max Verstappen is the first person to break the 117s. No surprise there. We were 8/10 quicker than Pierre Gasly, but he was on mediums and we were on softs, so he didn't get his practice quali run in. I think our pace will be pretty comparable once he does his practice quali run. But now, without further ado, let's get on into qualifying and hopefully carry the momentum into a decent grid spot.
And a warm welcome, everybody. We're here in the heart of Melbourne. It's Albert Park, and it's qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix.
Here we are for our first lap of Q1. Does look very overcast, so the track should have quite a bit of grip because the track temperature should be low. We do invalidate in the same spot we did in our practice quali run the first time. We are gonna finish this run out just to get a representative Delta on the board and see where we would stand compared to the rest. Here we are coming to the line. This will just be a Delta because unfortunately we didn't validate, but a 118.3 and definitely a lot of room for improvement. That's not too terrible. Alright, we're on new slicks. We did wait to do our final run to the last little bit, so we do have to perform here. And our DRS is closed.
You need to box. Your DRS is stuck open. We need you to pit for repairs.
What is happening, man? No. And we wait, and then that happens. So, looks like we're taking our grid penalty this week. So, Gasly's able to sneak it in, P14, and make it into Q2. Unfortunately, we invalidated our first lap. We get to go for our second lap, and our DRS gets stuck open. So, yeah, we're going to have to start from the back of the grid. Only solace I can take in this is we did have an energy store system failure last week, and we will be able to take a new one this week, and it will cost us nothing. I mean, still a major fault from the team. I mean, this is killing us. Last week, we lose our engine and cost us crucial points, and then this week, we have great quality pace, and it gets taken out by a DRS system failure. So, hopefully the team can get things together, and we can hopefully have a smooth weekend the rest of the way. Gasly is actually looking at doing this engine system upgrade, but we're going to go ahead and do it. And it will be on right after China, so before Miami, which will be another track that you really need a decent engine with those long straightaways. We do have 250 resource points that we are going to save and hopefully be able to use next week. And also, before I forget, we're going to go ahead and take extra parts. We're starting P20 anyway from the DRS failure in Q1. So just go ahead and take a bunch of extra parts. We were going to have to anyway for the energy store after the failure last week to unfortunate issues with the car 2 weeks in a row. So hopefully the team will get those things ironed out.
You can hear the Australian fans roaring as they line the track here in Albert Park. Welcome to Melbourne, and the roar from the crowd can only mean one thing. It's race day. So here we are at Albert Park Circuit, 3.28 miles around, with the streets making for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 14 corners around the lake, with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Perez, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Sainz, Hamilton, Stroll, Gasly, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Bottas, Ricciardo, Sargent, Albon, Hülkenberg, Joe, Enzo Fittipaldi. And now it's time to head down to the track. And joining me in the commentary box today with the best view on what is about to unfold and some strong views on the action we're about to see, Naomi Schiff. I don't want to, but we should look at their recent performances, and I think poor is a universal word to describe them. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race, but I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
Right, back of the grid. I mean, there is literally only one direction we can go from here, so try and move forward and see if we can get something out of it.
Hopefully we can get something out of it. It will be a tough race. We are starting from the back. I'm just hoping that the team doesn't have any more reliability issues that really bit us in the ass last weekend and hurt us to start this weekend. So hopefully we can put that behind us and have a strong Grand Prix. As for the strategy, I think we are going to go with the medium tires and then switch to the hards at lap 9. Pretty common strategy, nothing too crazy, but hopefully we can make it work and move up some positions here at the start of the race. Alright, here we are with those 5 red lights. Hopefully we can get a good launch here on these medium tires. And the route in the Australian Grand Prix is underway. Hülkenberg doesn't get the best launch off the line. Zhou gets a pretty good launch though. He's looking to the outside of Albon here. They crawl into the first corner. We look to go on the outside. We make slight contact there with Zhou Guanyu. Oh, we look to make a ton of passes in that corner right there. Oh, what is happening ahead of me? They are 3 wide in a corner you should not be 3 wide in. We are up to P13. We'll take it. I wonder if Pierre has damage here. He seems like he's going pretty off pace. Maybe not. He went pretty quick through that corner. No, he seems fine. We're gonna try to stay with Pierre here. Recharge our battery.
Okay, DRS will be enabled this
9
lap.
positions
You can use it when you're
gained
within
after
1
lap
second
1.
of the car ahead,
I don't
in the
think I could have
DRS zone.
scripted a better start to that race. We already are caught up to our teammate 2 and somehow ahead of the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. We managed to stay quite nicely with Pierre
Yellow
Gasly
flag.
here. Yellow flags? Yellow flags? Might be behind us. I already see a green. No more yellows. No, there's a Mercedes. George Russell's
Green
off.
flag.
He's out of the session. An engine failure. That's the second Mercedes engine that's gone. It was Piastri from McLaren His Mercedes engine blew on lap 3, and that's actually, what a coincidence. Lap 3 in Bahrain, Piastri's engine went, then lap 3 in Australia, Russell's engine went. Not a good look for Mercedes.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
We just had the fastest lap of the race. I don't think that will hold though. A 19.5, especially, that's not even that fast. We've managed to close back into the DRS of the cars ahead. Huge. We're up to P9 thanks to Russell's engine failure. And we've closed into the front runners. This race is starting to come along nicely. Lewis Hamilton just set the fastest lap of the race. Here we are, we're going to look to set up Stroll here. Going into this next DRS zone, trying to get the best exit we possibly can. Use our ERS, and we're going to look to dive bomb him here. Wow, we got some rear locking there, but we
Nice
made the
move.
move
Keep
stick.
going.
What a move, and what a save. Up to P8. Alright, we're boxing at the end of the next lap, so want to stay as close as we can, get a perfect pit entry, perfect pit stop, and we want a good second stint here. I think we might be able to challenge for some serious points again. Hopefully no reliability issues though. Since we're pitting at the end of this lap, I want to see if maybe we can try to pass Alonso here. Use all of our battery to make this move.
Remember,
We're still
box
not
this
gonna
lap.
get close
Keep
enough.
an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed.
Maybe in this corner though, we're going to brake real late. Oh, and Alonso hits us. That's crazy.
Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment. Just be careful.
No way. I think that was legit as fast as you could possibly enter. I thought we sped, boys. Go, go, go. They're holding too long. No, man. No. Alonso got back by.
Pit strategy complete. See these
The better
tires through
pit
to the
stall
end now.
gave him the juice. That hold really cost us. Lewis Hamilton did get by us.
Oh, mate, you made
But
that
we're
look
still
easy.
ahead of Gasly.
Nice work. That's why I love working with you. Smashed it.
We're still in a good spot. We're in Hamilton's DRS. We're in P9. We can challenge these front runners. We did lose a couple positions under the pit sequence. But that just comes down to we need a better pit box, man. Honestly, we're just saving a little bit for the end here. I'm hoping that Alonso can close in on the guy that had DRS. I don't think he's going to be able to. We might have to get past Alonso like Hamilton is trying to here. And we force Hamilton off almost, but we make the move stick. Purple in sector 1 for us. We're going to look to fly by Alonso right here. I don't think he got the DRS. And he did, but we're still going to look to make a move on Alonso. Probably not until the second braking zone, though. And we get wing damage because he's just parking it in the apex.
Okay, be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
That was kind of our fault, not going to lie. Now we get a warning for exceeding track limits. If the day could go from bad to worse, it just did. No, no, no. Not you too, Alonso. I'll let Hamilton by so I can try to stay in his DRS and he can pull me along. You, Alonso, you stay behind me. Oh, that's a warning. One more warning and it's a 3-second penalty, and that ruins our whole weekend. We need to be super, super careful now. We managed to stay in Hamilton's DRS. Sonoda's got by Alonso. We got a little bit of a gap on them. Our battery's in a decent level. As long as we don't get one more track limit, we should be able to bring this thing home in 8th place and maybe challenge Lewis for 7th come the last lap. As long as our battery's in a good window.
Okay, some information on Gasly. Okay, they're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Gasly has a mechanical fault. So last week it was me, this week it's him. Hopefully my car can make it through to the end though, with no issues. We're just gonna bring it home, mate. We don't have a chance to get Lewis. The mistake cost us. But I think we're gonna be able to bring it home in P8.
Okay, mate, final
One more lap.
Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
One more lap. Don't get a warning. Let's bring this thing home at P8. That'll be 4 huge points for us. And after starting from P20, one hell of a recovery drive. Unfortunately, Pierre Gasly is out of the Grand Prix. George Russell out of the Grand Prix. But that allowed us to really contend for 8th position. If George was in here, most likely we'd be 9th, and Pierre would be probably fighting us for that 9th position. So here we are. Just a few more corners. 4-second gap on Alonso. Coming out of the final corner, Lando Norris wins his first race, the Australian Grand Prix. Let's go. And we get P8. P8 for Alpine. We'll take it.
We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
What a thrilling Grand Prix. And we get driver of the day to cap it all off. Honestly, a well-deserved driver of the day from P20 to P8.
Here's the checkered flag. As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving that they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track.
Lando, Sainz, and Max on the podium. Lando's really going to try to take the fight to Red Bull. After the first race, where both the Red Bulls had a stinker, he may be in contention for the championship point lead. We'll have to see.
And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Well, there you have it. What a thrilling Australian Grand Prix. We go from P20 on the grid all the way to P8. Pierre Gasly actually did not DNF. He finished 11. He was slowing down, they said, but he never DNF'd. So good for Pierre. We got an 8th and 11th. Just missed out on double points. Lando Norris gets his first win with fastest lap. What a race. Yeah. Hopefully we can carry that momentum into next week. Carlos Sainz is leading the driver's standing, 2 points ahead of Max Verstappen, 5 points ahead of Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc. The whole race is wide open. As far as the constructors' standings go, Ferrari is 15 points ahead of Red Bull and 33 points ahead of McLaren. We're still in P4, ahead of Mercedes and ahead of Aston Martin. The Aston Martins had 2 stinkers today, I believe. Yeah, Stroll got... hold on, let's see. Yep, Alonso got 9th, but then Stroll dropped down all the way to 14th. And Lewis got 7th, and Russell DNF'd. So we really are in the thick of things. If we can bring some upgrades, honestly, we might be able to challenge for P4 in the constructors. So hopefully we can have another strong weekend next week at Japan and carry this momentum that the team has into that weekend. Thank you to everyone who watched the video. Please like and subscribe, and you guys have a great day.